This is like the cream of the Dharma. In other words, when you what do you call it? Churn, yeah. When you churn milk, you get butter. So when you churn the Dharma to get the real good stuff, the rich stuff, then you get Bodhicitta.
所以话说呢，菩提心就是我们佛教佛法的精髓。可以说在我们要做牛油的时候，你要搅那个牛奶，对吗？就是整个奶的精华。那菩提心就是这样，是我们佛法的精华。
Now some people think that having bodhicitta means that you do a lot of social work and you're always very busy serving sentient beings in an active daily way.
那有些人可能觉得要发菩提心，就是一定要在社区互动，非常的踊跃的出去做善事，这样的利益众生。
But the social work is one manifestation of our intention to become awakened, but it's not the only thing.
所以我们出外在社区互动，是我们发菩提心的一种显现的外在的显现的方式。但这不仅发菩提心，不仅是要出去社区互动。
So Bodhicitta is the motivation that we want to have when we do anything in our lives.
因为其实菩提心就是在我们生活当中所有的行为所要发的那个愿力。
So, for example, when we're doing our chores and we recite the gathas, then the gathas are all related with bodhicitta and benefiting sentient beings, and yet the action we're doing is maybe sweeping the floor or washing the dishes or something like that.
就好像我们在道场里面做我们的日常生活的工作好像打扫等等，我们就要念毗尼日用之中的那些偈文，这样就是发菩提心的一种方式。
And bodhicitta is also the motivation for our meditation practice.
所以我们发菩提心，也就是我们在做静坐禅修的那个愿力，就是菩提心。
Because if we really sincerely want to become Buddhas to benefit sentient beings most effectively, then we have to transform our own mind. We have to free our own mind from ignorance.
因为如果我们真的很诚心的想要成佛，因为我们相信这是最能利益所有众生的一个方式，那我们先要开始净化我们的心，先要转变我们的心态，才可以真正的去利益众生。
So how do we free our mind from ignorance? We do meditations such as mindfulness on the breath, the 4 establishments of mindfulness, serenity or shamatha, insight or vipassana.
所以我们到底要怎么开始断除我们的无明呢？就是从静坐开始，我们先修止，还有修观，是吗？所以可以我们修四念住，开始修毗婆舍那，把我们的心开始净化起来。
And different Buddhist traditions may have different ways of doing these meditations, but that's the technical way of doing the meditation. The motivation behind doing these meditations for us as Mahayana practitioners would be bodhicitta.
所以可能不同佛教的传承中有不同的静坐的方式，但这些都是表面上法门和技巧方面的差异。但是我们身为大乘的修行者，我们在修行所有的静坐方式的那个愿力就是菩提心。
Now somebody's going to say, but, mindfulness of the breath, that's a Theravada practice, and they don't have bodhicitta.
那可能你们之中会有人说，诶，等一下，等一下，当我们修观呼吸的时候，那是上座部的一种修行的方式，而上座部的修行者是没有菩提心的。
Actually, there's two things wrong with that statement.
那其实这样的想法有两个错误。
Okay. First of all, the meditations, the mindfulness and the breath, the four establishments of mindfulness, shamatha, vipassana, all of these things are found in the Mahayana scriptures as well, and they're taught in the Mahayana tradition.
所以第一点就是，当我们说观呼吸、观四念住、修止、修毗婆舍那，其实这些都是在大乘的经典中所找得到的。
Okay. So, and the second thing is that the Theravada tradition does have a lineage of teachings on the Bodhisattva practice.
那第二点，也就是在上座部的经典中，也是有教怎么修菩萨道的那些教义。
So this is something many people don't know, but Acharya Dhammapada, who lived in the 6th century, then he compiled a lot of information from Pali scriptures. I wonder if he read some of the Sanskrit scriptures as well. I don't know, but maybe. And he wrote this whole text on the treatise on the paramitas and explained the bodhisattva practice. And he's from the Theravada tradition.
所以这一点是很多人可能不认识到的。所以其实在6世纪的那个斯里兰卡的大师达摩爬陀大师，他其实有在巴利文的经典做了自己的研讨，然后写了一部关于怎么修波罗蜜法、怎么修菩萨道的一个论文。
So my point is, we shouldn't get confused thinking that we practice with Bodhichitta, but we're doing a Theravada practice, because there's no problem, there's no conflict in that at all.
所以我要指出的这一点就是说，我们不应该有这种迷惑，觉得自己是大乘修行者发菩提心，而在做上座部的一种修行的方式。其实两者是没有冲突的。
So one of the books that I had the privilege of co-authoring with His Holiness the Dalai Lama was entitled Buddhism, One Teacher, Many Traditions, which is published in Taiwan with another title.
所以我有很大的荣幸能跟达赖喇嘛尊者一起共著的一本书，英文名叫 Buddhism, One Teacher, Many Traditions， 可能直翻是佛教一个导师多元宗教吧，多元宗派，对。但是在台湾所出版的那个书名是达赖喇嘛说佛教，所以可能有一点不太代表不太确实的代表书的内容。
So, and in the process of researching and then writing that book, I learned so much about both the Pali tradition and the Sanskrit tradition, and how they really come together in so many ways.
所以我在写这本书所做的研究的当中，我就开始发现，在上座部跟梵文的那些传承的经典，其实都相辅相应，很多开始有就是到同样的点。
Okay. Now, why is it important that you generate the bodhicitta before you do your meditation sessions?
那就为什么在我们在做静坐之前必须要发菩提心呢？为什么这会这么重要呢？
It's because our motivation, I'm sure you know this already, is the most important component of whatever action we do. And it is our motivation that determines whether an action is virtuous or not.
所以我也猜想你们也知道这一点，因为在我们所作所为之中，最重要的就是我们所发的心愿，我们的意乐，是我们的意乐才会使我们的行为是善还是不善的业。
So if we just sit down to meditate without generating any motivation,
所以如果我们没有起初先发心，就直接这样坐下来开始静坐的话呢？
yeah, then we have to ask ourselves, well, why am I doing this?
我们要先问问自己，我们到底为什么在静坐？
Yeah, am I coming to the session simply because the bell rang?
所以我来静坐是不是因为有人敲板我就来？
Yeah, am I coming to the session so that my teacher doesn't get upset with me?
我来静坐就是因为怕师父骂是吗？
Am I coming to the session in order to create some good karma so I'll have a good future rebirth?
当我来静坐的时候，是不是因为我要造善业，所以我们下一世会有好的报身？
Okay. Now that's considered a Dharma motivation, a virtuous motivation, but it's also a small one because it concerns just ourselves and just our next life.
所以发这样的愿是善愿，但是这还是算是比较渺小的一种愿力，因为还是指就是只看到自己跟我们下一世的那种果报。
Yeah. And when you think about it, a good rebirth is good, but we've been taking one rebirth after another in samsara, and it hasn't gotten us anywhere.
所以当我们看到下一世有好的果报，这也是一个好的愿力，但是如果我们放大我们的视野看，我们其实在三世轮回已经从无始开始轮回了。
Yeah, it's like riding on a roller coaster. Yeah, you ever been on a roller coaster? Up, down, higher realms, lower realms. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What's roller coaster? 啊？云霄飞车哦，我今天学了新的词汇。对，就法师就是说，我们一直在轮回，就好像搭云霄飞车一样啊，就是在好的报身又下恶趣，这样一直这样轮回，你觉得好不好玩？
So at some point we say, I'm tired of samsaric rebirth. There's nothing good about it at all. And I want to attain liberation from samsara.
所以我们到一个地步，真的要告诉自己说，这样做好不好玩？还是我已经烦厌了？这样一直轮回下去，我到底要轮回到几时呢？那我们就会开始会想要解脱轮回。
So this is the motivation of the hearers or shravakas and the pratyeka Buddhas or solitary realizers.
那我们就会开始发声闻乘的那个愿力，要解脱轮回。
And that's definitely a Dharma motivation and a virtuous motivation. And actions we do with the motivation to attain liberation will result in our own liberation.
那这样的愿力呢，当然是跟佛法有相应，也是非常善，是一个善的愿力。然后，如果我们有这种愿力来修持我们的进行修持佛法，那我们也会有同样的果报，可以迈向解脱之道。
But when you think of it, and you think of all the kindness that we've received from other living beings, does it feel right just to work for our own liberation and kind of say, well, good luck everybody, I hope you get there, but I'm going by myself.
但是当我们思维到我们从所有的众生所得到的善心，他们的慈心对我们的帮助，我们能不能对自己说，那好，我只为我自己的解脱而努力，那其他人就祝你们好运，你们自己看自己怎么解脱就算了。
Yeah. And when we really think that all living beings have been our parents in one lifetime or another, that they've been kind to us as our parents, then it would seem very ungrateful to just work for our own liberation and forget about everybody else.
然后我们如果思维到从无始的轮回之中，所有的众生都是我们的父母，那我们可以不要，如果没有报这个父母恩，只为自己的解脱而努力那我们这样做到底能不能，就是心里会怎么觉得呢？
Because when we really think that also everything we have in this life is due to the kindness of other living beings, then, it becomes impossible just to ignore everybody else and work for our own spiritual liberation.
当我们思维到我们今生今世所有的所需要受用的东西，都是来自其他众生的慈心和善心，我们也会想，我们是不可能只为自己的解脱而努力。
I remember one time my teacher talking about this, and he was explaining from his own experience how grateful he felt to other living beings for the food he ate.
所以我还记得我自己的上师有一次在开示，他在谈到当他思维到其他众生如何供养他，让他有机会有饭吃，他心里起了多么大的感恩的心态。
So at that time he was a meditator in the Himalayas up near Namche Bazaar,
所以当时我的上师他就是在喜马拉雅山区那里在个人进修。
And the main food there is potatoes.
那在山区呢，他们主要的食物就是吃马铃薯。
Yeah, potatoes for breakfast, potatoes for lunch, potatoes for medicine meal, potatoes for snacks.
所以三餐跟点心都是吃马铃薯。早餐吃马铃薯，午餐吃马铃薯，药食吃马铃薯，点心也吃马铃薯。
And so, because he was a meditator, people in the village who were quite poor, but they grew the potatoes, they would bring potatoes to him and offer them.
那里乡下的人蛮贫穷，自己种自己的马铃薯吃嘛。但是他们看到有这个修行者，他们非常的敬佩，他们就会带他们的马铃薯去供养他。
And he said that when he really thought about the lives of these people who offered him potatoes, that, how hard they worked the fields, how much suffering they went through in the cold and to do the manual labor outside, and, just everything, even carrying the potatoes from their fields to where he was.
所以当他用心思维到这些供养他的人，他们的生活方式是多么的贫苦，他们要花费多么多精力去耕田，然后还要把那些马铃薯运过来，所以他心里就开始产生很大的慈悲心。
And he said that even, when somebody came and gave him even one small potato, inside that potato was so much energy from so many sentient beings that he said it was difficult for him to even eat the potato because he felt so connected with all these other living beings, and he had to make their offering something meaningful.
所以当人供养他一个小小的马铃薯的时候，当他思维到有多么多人的那个精力投进这个小小的一片食物，然后他心里就开始觉得他跟其他的众生的那个相连的关系是多么的紧密，他连吃一小片马铃薯他心里都不舍得，他就开始发现说当他进修之中真的要报这些众生的恩惠。
Yeah. So how do we make, the offering of one little potato which means, which embodies so many sentient beings' toil, into something meaningful? Do we just cook the potato and then go on?
所以我们到底要怎么使这些众生所供养的食物变成很有意义的一个当我们受用的时候，要怎么使它有意义呢？因为这一粒小马铃薯就是象征了多么多众生的那个他们的劳累，他们的苦累。所以我们到底要怎么使吃的方式变成一个有意义的修行的方式呢？我们是不是就这样煮了那一片马铃薯这样吃掉呢？
Yeah. Do we just take the potato and I thank you for offering me this potato, but I've eaten so many potatoes the last few years. I'm really sick of them. And this potato is kind of old anyway.
是不是这样拿那个马铃薯起来说，嗨呀，这个马铃薯天天都吃得烦厌了。然后这一粒马铃薯这么看起来真的是蛮旧的，到底要吃还是不要吃？
Yeah. So he said, the way he could make their offering meaningful was by eating the potato with the Bodhichitta motivation.
所以他到底要怎么使众生的供养变成一个有意义的供养呢？他就是以菩提心吃这粒马铃薯。
Because Bodhichitta, aspiring for awakening to benefit each and every living being, is so virtuous because it's the highest aspiration and it concerns each and every living being, omitting none of them.
因为菩提心就是我们最高尚的愿力，这包括了所有众生的利益，我们连一个众生都不会离取。
Yeah. So, if you eat a potato, or if you do your meditation practice with Bodhicitta, the merit you create is multiplied bazillions of times, and it becomes very powerful merit because you're motivated towards the most noble goal of Dharma practice, and because you're working for the benefit of limitless living beings.
所以不论我们是在吃马铃薯还是在静坐，如果我们有发菩提心做这些动作的话，我们所累积的功德真的是会增上。然后这是因为我们是以最高尚的愿力、最高尚的目标，是为了要利益所有众生而做出我们的行为。
Okay? So if you really understand Bodhicitta well, you see eating potatoes and can be very meritorious, and even more meritorious is doing our meditation practice motivated by Bodhicitta.
所以如果我们开始了解菩提心是什么，我们连吃马铃薯也是一种善业，然后使我们累积更多功德的呢，就是到这里来进修做静坐。
Yeah. Now some people say, okay, that sounds okay, but why should I work for all sentient beings? Some of these sentient beings are such jerks.
所以可能有些人会说，那听起来蛮好听的，但那为什么我要为所有的众生的利益而努力呢？因为其实有些众生是蛮烦厌的。
Yeah, they do so many harmful things. They start wars. They kill each other. Why should I work for their benefit?
因为你看这些众生，其实他们一直在那里打战，又在互相伤害，伤害自己，伤害他人。为什么我要为他们的利益而努力呢？
Yeah. Do you have some sentient beings that you just can't stand? Just, ugh.
你本身心里想到有没有任何众生，你心里就是非常讨厌的呢？就是一看到他就觉得烦厌，有吗？
Yeah. That person hurt me so bad, I will never forgive them.
那个人害了我之后，我是永远也不会原谅他的。
Well, we're with friends. We're among friends. We can admit it.
我们可以这样坦白说吧，因为我们在朋友之中，不必害怕。
Okay, we've all had those kinds of thoughts from time to time.
我们偶尔都是有这种心念。
Yeah, but what I found is one way to, to deal with those thoughts and to oppose them is to remember that even that person I can't stand has also been kind to me.
但是有一种怎么对治这种想法，怎么去处理这种想法的一个方式呢？我觉得非常受用的，就是去思维到这个人，虽然我觉得他很烦厌，其实他也是对我有慈心、有善心的。
Because everybody works at some kind of job, doing something that keeps society functioning. And because society functions, I have food and clothing and medicine. I was able to go to school. I have shelter. Anything I know came because other living beings taught me. I enjoy staying here with electricity. But I don't even know the people who made the electricity possible in this room. Okay? They could have been the person that I can't endure, that I think is the chief jerk.
所以说我们看得到我们在社会里生存，就是靠所有其他人，他们有做工啊，对社会有做出贡献。如果他们没有做工为社会服务的话，我是不可能有地方住，不可能去上学，不能有地方有食物吃。就好像现在我在这里能享受到这个整个地方这个道场有不同的东西受用，好像有电源啊，我都不知道是谁使我们有电源可以用。可能就是那个我最讨厌、觉得最烦厌的那个人，是他帮助我们。
So when we look at it, okay, people may have harmed us, but actually the help they've given us in all of our samsaric rebirths is just tremendous. It far outweighs any harm we've received.
我们也可以思维说，虽然这个人可能有害过我，但是当我们想到无始轮回之中，这个人已经对我们有多么多的善心，多么多的慈心，他们所对我们的帮助，从无始的轮回到现在，当我们跟他所做出的害我们的事情对比，他所对我们的善心其实是比较大的。
Okay. This is important to remember. Yeah.
所以这一点非常重要，我们应该要去记得它。
That we cannot stay alive without the help of others. So everybody's been kind to us.
我们要记得说，没有他人的协助，我们是不可能生存的。所以我们是因为其他人的慈心，我们才可以活下去。
Okay. So then somebody's going to say, well, yeah, okay, maybe it's worthwhile working for sentient beings. But, all these aspirations, these unshakable resolves, these vows that the bodhisattvas make, they're totally unrealistic.
那可能也有人会说，那好，可能利益众生是一个值得做的一件事情，但是当我们想到菩萨所发的大愿，他们的大愿其实完全是不符合实际的。
Yeah. When my teacher guides us in generating bodhicitta, he says, you've got to think, I'm going to do this action, for the benefit of each and every sentient being, and lead them all to full awakening by myself alone.
所以当我的上师带我们怎么去修持菩提心的时候，他就会叫我们自己要观想说，我会带所有的众生，每一个众生从
Your aim there is to develop wisdom, understanding those four objects, the body, feelings, mind, and phenomena.
所以修慧的那个目的就是要去除我们的无明。所以当我们修四念住还是毗婆舍那的时候，我们就是要观我们的身心处身受心法的那个真实的状态。
Yeah, we have to understand their ultimate nature, how they actually exist.
所以我们是要去了解到他们究竟是怎么存在。
Okay, by doing that, then we fulfill what's called the collection of wisdom.
当我们修这些法门的时候，我们就会累积所谓的修慧的道。
And the collection of wisdom is the primary cause for the Buddha's mind.
所以我们修慧的时候，就是主要的因导致我们有佛陀的那个法身。
So that's one wing of the path, the wisdom side.
那就是修慧，那就是我们的一只翅膀。
Okay, the other wing is the method side, and this is where our motivation is so important.
那另外一只翅膀呢，就是要修福。那在这一方面，我们的意乐、我们的动机是最重要的。
Because we can do an action motivated for good rebirth. Yeah, we can do the same action, but with the motivation of renunciation, wanting to be free of samsara. Or we could do the exact same action with the motivation of bodhicitta, wanting to attain full awakening for the benefit of all beings. The action's the same, but three different motivations are Dharma motivations.
所以因为我们做同样的一个行为，同样的动作，都可以有三种不同的意乐还是愿力在推动它。一者是可能我们要做这个行动是为了要下一世有好的果报，那是一种也是算是法上的愿力。我们可能也做同样的动作，也是为了要解脱轮回，还是我们做同样的行为是以菩提心来推动它，要成佛利益众生。
And so the method aspect of the path for us as people who want to become bodhisattvas, who are following the Mahayana path, then the method aspect of the path is doing everything motivated by bodhicitta.
所以我们身为大乘的修行者，当我们修福的时候，我们所有的行为都是要以菩提心带动。
Okay. And so that's where the other paramitas come in. Practicing generosity, ethical conduct, fortitude or patience.
所以那我们就其他的波罗蜜法就是在这里显现，我们要修布施、持戒、忍辱、精进。
And the social work we do to benefit sentient beings directly in this life is part of that method aspect of the path.
所以我们在今生所做的那些善业啊，又为了利益其他的众生，都是在我们修福的那个道路上所做出的动作。
And through the method aspect of the path, then we fulfill the collection of merit.
所以当我们这样做这些善业，我们就是圆满我们修福的道。
And the collection of merit is the primary cause for a Buddha's form body.
那我们修福报的那个是主要的因，是成为佛陀的化身的果。
Okay, so do you see these parallels that keep coming? Yeah.
所以我们从这里就看得到，这两者都是相辅相应的。
Yeah. So we have, for example, on the method side, acting in the conventional world. And on the wisdom side, developing, understanding the ultimate truth.
所以在修福的当中呢，我们是在世俗地所做出的动作，所做的行为，但是我们修慧的时候，就是开始要了解他们的究竟的存在。
On the method side, we do a lot of virtuous actions and we fulfill the collection of merit. On the wisdom side, we meditate on selflessness and emptiness, the ultimate nature of phenomena, and fulfill the collection of wisdom.
所以当我们在修福的时候，我们造很多善业啊，出去在社区互动等等，就是为了圆满我们的功德。然后当我们修慧的时候，我们就开始，我们静坐就是在这里开始观空性，观无我，了解所有的事物的究竟的存在，就开始这样圆满我们的慧。
Yeah. On the method side, we that becomes the primary cause for the Buddha's form bodies, the Rupakaya. And on the wisdom side, that practice becomes the chief cause for a Buddha's mind, the Dharmakaya.
那我们在修福的时候，这变成我们主要的因素，造成我们将来会有佛陀的应身和化身。然后在我们修慧呢，那变成主要的因素，制造佛陀的法身。
Okay, so do you see how all these things fit together?
所以你们开始看得到这两者修福修慧是怎么一起开始相应、相辅相成呢？
Or are you going, what in the world is she talking about?
还是你们听了还在问自己，他到底在说什么呢？
I think there's one thing about on the method side. 好像是那个翻译啊，就是它是一方面是从善巧方便，然后会累积福德。The method side, accumulate merit, right? Then the wisdom side accumulate wisdom. Yeah. 所以它那个 method 是翻译成那个善巧方便。
不一定是善巧方便的，因为布施、持戒都一定在修福报。就是说在世俗地所做出的那些善业，所以可能我们在修福的时候不一定会看到我们所做的行为的那个究竟的怎么存在，但是会帮我们修福报。这是我的了解。
About the translation.
Yeah.
The method.
Yeah, whether the method side is, I guess I'm understanding the term she's choosing as closer to skillful means. So I was explaining not everything on this method side is skillful means necessarily. Or
but it does come close.
Yeah. So 善巧方便。
Okay. So other questions.
所以现在就看你们有其他人要发问吗？
Please ask whatever you like.
你心中有什么问题，尽管问。So what is a method that we can practice that simultaneously allows us to cultivate merit and wisdom, the method and the wisdom side of the path?
Okay. If to do them both together, before you do your meditation on emptiness and selflessness, you generate bodhicitta. And so why are you meditating on emptiness and selflessness and the four establishments of mindfulness? So that you can become a Buddha for the benefit of all beings. So that's one way to combine method and wisdom. So you're doing both at the same time.
所以一个能双修福慧的一个法门呢，就是在你在静坐之前，你在观空性无我四念住之前，你就发菩提心，是以菩提心的这个愿力带动你的静坐的去观空性无我等等。这就是一种双修的法门。
Okay. Another way is whenever you're doing your daily activities or your social work, you do it with the bodhicitta motivation, but you remember that every element in that action is empty of inherent existence and yet exists nominally.
那另外一种方式呢，就是当你在进行日常生活的动作啊，还是你出去社区互动去做慈善业的时候，你不但是在修福报，你也心里思维到我所做的所有的动作，其实它是究竟的存在是空的，它没有自利的那种存在。
Okay, so let's say you're teaching a class to the lay people. Yeah. So you generate bodhicitta as your motivation before teaching the class.
所以我们举例说，可能您在授课给居士菩萨们授课的时候，在你在教课之前，你可以发菩提心。
And then after, at the conclusion of the class, you meditate a little bit on emptiness and selflessness.
那当你教完课之后呢，你可以开始观一下空性跟无我。
By thinking that what we call the circle of three, that there's three things in our action that exist dependent on one another, and that means that they are empty of inherent existence.
所以我们要怎么观呢？可以观说我们所做的所有的行为，其实有3个部分，都是互相依赖的。就因为这样，他们就是不是自利的，就有这个互相依赖的关系，他们就是空的。
So for example, those three elements, let's say you just taught a class. So yourself as the person who taught the class.
所以回到这个我们授课的例子嘛，那3个部分是什么呢？第一个就是我们自己身为那个授课师。
You are empty of inherent existence.
授课师本身也是空的。
There's no big I like I taught a class.
身为授课师，没有那个很大的我们心里没有想说我教了你这一堂课。
Yeah, but instead what we call I is something that arises dependently on a body, a mind, all of our conditioning and experiences.
我们可以在这里思维到，我们所称的我，其实是依所有的因缘而起，我们是依赖这个身体和我们的心，这样称为是我。
Okay, so when you're doing this, then you're bringing in the wisdom side of the path.
所以当你这样思维的时候，你在授课中，你就把修慧的那种法门开始带进来。
Okay, so I, as the one doing it, am empty and exist dependently. Yeah, the people that I'm teaching also are empty of inherent existence, but exist dependently. And the third, the action of teaching the class and the action of their learning is also something that exists dependent on many elements, and so is empty of inherent existence.
所以我们先思维到，我当授课师，我是空的。那我所教的我的学生，他们也是空的，他们是依因缘而起。那我们整个互动，我们在授课的这个行动，还有学生在学佛的那个行动，都也是依因缘而起。所以这样所有的部分都没有一个是自利的。
Okay, so it was a good question. Yeah.
那清楚吗？这是个很好的问题。
Okay, other questions? Go ahead.
So in our practice of generating bodhicitta, if, for example, if we're just eating potatoes and generating bodhicitta in that way, but we're not actually directly benefiting sentient beings, are we actually benefiting sentient beings, or do we have to wait till we have achieved certain attainments, then we are able to genuinely benefit others?
Well, clearly a Buddha can benefit others more than anybody else, which is why we all strive to be a Buddha. But before becoming a Buddha, yes, our actions can benefit others.
所以很显然的说，当然只有佛陀可以利益所有的众生，他有那个能量，真的去完全利益众生。但是在我们成佛之前，我们的动作还是可以给众生带到利益。
Okay. Because eating a potato with bodhicitta is very different than eating the potato with attachment.
因为你想，我们以菩提心来吃一粒马铃薯，跟我们以执着的心态吃马铃薯是非常不同的。
Yeah. I mean, at the end, the potatoes in your stomach, that's the same both ways.
但是不论你是以菩提心还是执着心去吃那粒马铃薯，它一定还是进入自己的肚子，这是一样的。
But if the potato got into your stomach motivated by attachment, then you've created negative karma, you know, and the mind of attachment is very small and very narrow.
但如果我们是以执着的心态吃那粒马铃薯，我们其实是造恶业，我们的那种心态其实是非常的狭窄。
Yeah. Oh, look, somebody gave me a potato. That's because I'm important. They gave me the potato. I have the most beautiful potato, and it's all mine, and I'm not going to share it with you. This is my potato.
啊，你看，这是我的马铃薯，是因为我是多么重要的一个人，有人才会供养我马铃薯。但是我很喜欢吃马铃薯，我不会跟你分享，这是我的。
Yeah. Then you eat the potato the whole time going, what a delicious potato. I'm enjoying it. All those poor people who don't have potatoes are not as lucky as me. Poor guys.
那你就带着这种心态吃马铃薯，心里想，哦，太好吃了，我这个人太幸福了，其他没有机会吃马铃薯的人太可怜了。
Whereas if you eat a potato with bodhicitta, okay, you know in the 5 contemplations that we do before we eat a meal, yeah.
所以如果我们是以菩提心吃这粒马铃薯，你们想你们在用斋的时候会先实存5观，对吗？
Okay, you remember them? You recite them every day, right? Yeah.
那你们会记得吗？因为每天都有自己在念诵5观。
Yeah. So the first 4 are helping us purify our motivation. And the last one, yeah, that I will eat this food, I accept and eat this food in order to attain full awakening, that's the bodhicitta motivation.
所以当我们想到5观的时候，前4条就是帮忙开始转变和净化我们吃饭的那个动机。那最后1条呢，就是我们吃是为了成佛道，那就从中我们已经在开始发菩提心了。
Yeah, so if you eat the potato with bodhicitta, you're aware of the kindness of sentient beings. You want to repay that kindness. You're developing the courage to practice the bodhisattva path.
所以当我们在吃那粒马铃薯的时候呢，我们心里持存5观嘛，就开始会意念到众生的慈心，他们是怎么帮我们种田等等，我们就心里会升起那种想报恩的感觉的心态，然后从中我们吃就会变成一种修行的方式。
But then somebody's going to say, but it's still you just eating that potato. How does that benefit all sentient beings?
那还是有人会说，但那还是你一个人在那里吃马铃薯嘛，这怎么会利益众生？
Because of the bodhicitta motivation, your action of eating the potato is so virtuous because you're doing it to keep your own body alive so that you can practice the Dharma, and by practicing the Dharma so that you can have the wisdom, compassion, and skillful means to best benefit sentient beings. So, your whole reason for eating a potato is you're steering yourself towards Buddhahood. And that's incredibly beneficial.
这是因为当我们发菩提心吃所有的吃啊，还是做什么动作的时候，这是完全转变那个动作变成善业。因为现在我们吃马铃薯是为了保持自己身体的健康，我们健康是为了要修持佛法，我们要修佛法是为了因为要成佛利益众生。当我们修菩提心，这样就完全转变我们这些小动作变成成佛的因缘。
So you may not be directly benefiting sentient beings now, but what you're doing is you're accumulating the merit to become a Buddha. Yeah? And when you're a Buddha, you can benefit sentient beings in the most excellent way. Even before that, when you're a Bodhisattva, you can extend incredible benefit to sentient beings. And even after you've eaten your potato with Bodhicitta, you have that thought of, I ate it to sustain my life so I can benefit others. And then whatever action you can do to benefit somebody, you do with a very happy mind.
所以虽然我们现在你在吃马铃薯的时候，不是在直接利益一位众生，但是你还是在累积你的福报，累积这个功德，是为了成佛利益众生。那你吃了之后呢，你心里还是会有这种意念，带到其他的动作，带到我们所做的天天所做的行为，你就会带着这种意念说，我要做这个行为利益其他的众生，成佛。
Does that make some sense to you? Yeah. Because remember, to become a bodhisattva, later to become a Buddha, we need to accumulate so many causes, So if we can make even small actions we do very powerful through the bodhicitta motivation, then that really helps us accumulate the causes for Buddhahood very quickly.
因为我们在成佛之前，我们真的是要累积很多福报，很多不同的因缘，连我们成菩萨已经开始利益众生了嘛，所以我们要想说，我们需要累积多么多的功德跟因缘，我们就从这些小小的动作开始这样慢慢累积起来，就可以成菩萨成佛。
And I bet your health is going to be better if you eat the potato with bodhicitta rather than eating it with attachment.
我也猜想说，如果我们是以菩提心吃马铃薯，我们的自己的健康也会比较好。就是用执着吃马铃薯相比，以菩提心吃饭，当然身心会比较快乐。
我们在成就这个佛法事业的过程中，有时候会需要各种资源，包括比如说人力啊，乃至财力啊，各方面的资源。那如果在某些因缘下面，你这是人力或是资源有限的状况下，你怎么还有用菩提心的态度去把这些人力资源分享？比如说我可能自己志工就很有限，然后另外组的志工就好像又缺，这时候我是要把我志工给他呢，还是我应该留着自己带这些志工？举个例子。
So, in order to benefit sentient beings, we need all kinds of resources, whether it's material or in terms of human resource. So how do we, in a situation of limited resource, still generate and act with bodhicitta? So to give an example, maybe I'm working on a project and I have not enough volunteers, while another team has many volunteers. What do I do? Or maybe I have many volunteers and they don't. Do I give away my volunteers? How do I work in a situation of limited resource with bodhicitta?
Well, we can see in a situation of limited resources how easily our self-centered mind comes up.
所以当我们看到有资源有限的那种情况下，你就看得出你的自我中心的状态马上涌出来。
Yeah. I'm doing this project. This project is the most important one in the entire monastery.
我在做这个工程，这个工程是整个道场最重要的一个。
And this other department, they have more volunteers than I do. That's not fair.
你看到其他部门还有比我多志工，真的是太不公平了。
Yeah. And even I ask people to do things, they don't even do it right. They leave it all for me to do.
当我叫别人帮忙的时候，他们都做得不对，全部留给我一个人做。
Yeah. So that can happen, can't it? Yeah.
这种事情会发生，不是吗？
Okay, so how you transform that with bodhicitta, yeah, is first of all, you think, if I have limited resources, that has something to do with my karma.
那我们如何以菩提心转换这种心念呢？我们开始可以想，我现在有资源有限，是因为我以前所造的业。
Yeah, maybe in the past I was a lazy volunteer.
所以可能以前我是懒惰的志工。
Who, me?
啊，我吗？我会懒惰吗？
I'm always the best one.
我每次都是最好的嘛。
Yeah, well, maybe once in a while in a previous life I could have been a bad volunteer and just been totally unreliable.
啊，可能偶尔，可能是前世吧，我可能是懒惰的志工。
Yeah. So what's happening to me is exactly what I did to others. There's nothing to complain about.
所以现在所受的果报，就是完全因为我以前所作所为，我应该是没有什么有原因可以抱怨。
Yeah, if I don't like the results, I better stop creating the cause. So in the future, I better be a very enthusiastic volunteer and help others.
如果我不喜欢现在的果报，我就是不要再制造同样的因缘。所以可能我现在要做一个比较精进、比较愉快的一个志工，要去帮忙别人。
And then instead of being jealous of the other departments who have more volunteers and the good volunteers, rejoice.
然后与其去妒忌其他的部门，哎呀，是他们有这么好的志工啊，是最好的志工，反而我们应该修那种喜悦随喜的心态。
Yeah, it's wonderful that they can, work on their projects in a good way and they have the resources, and I'm really happy because whatever they're doing is benefiting everybody.
那我们看到，他们有资源可以完成他们圆满他们的工程，其实这是很好的事啊，利益很多人，我应该随喜。
Yeah. Okay, so I don't have all the resources. I may have to work a little bit harder. I may have to work a little bit longer. But this is part of my training to become a bodhisattva. And if I can do this work with a happy mind, thinking of all the people who are going to benefit from my work, yeah, then I'm creating a lot of merit doing it.
那可能我现在资源有限，可能要比别人比较卖力啊，比较辛苦，但我可以以快乐的心态来对待我们的工作。我可以看得到说，这是我修持菩萨道的一个的机会。这样我以这种心态面对我的情况，其实是变成成佛的因缘。
After you leave, and in the next few days, continue to think about something that you learned from the talk tonight that was valuable to your practice.
那现在我们花几分钟静坐一下。那我叫这是消化性的静坐。我们可以花这几分钟思维我们刚刚所听的佛法，看你要带回什么重要的点滴带进你们自己的修行。